What is up, beautiful people? CLG Lifestyle here, influencing you to love self. If you've not already subscribed or liked the platform, please do so now so that you can stay connected. This is part 2 to another video that you should check out because it's a continuation of the conversation. So definitely check out part 1 of this video. This is part 2. So as I was saying before, I was able to learn these foundational skills, these life skills that I was able to use from, again, 8-9 years old. I was doing this stuff and for you to know what I'm talking about, you need to go to the first part of this video. Into adulthood, I was able to care for myself in ways that other young men my age or even older was not. So there are things, that we were able to learn that allowed us to be, I guess, self-sufficient or independent, but not holistically, right? So for me, even though I knew how to do these things, I lacked the knowledge or the ability to be financially self-sufficient, right? And I'm not saying that I was not able to hold a job. I was able to have multiple jobs, but I was irresponsible and lacked the discipline to sustain certain jobs or certain opportunities. I lacked the wherewithal or the awareness to believe that I can have more and to do more, or the strategy and the wisdom to make a plan or to set goals to achieve and do more. All of these things did not come about until I had my spiritual encounter with God in 2016, where I had my radical experience with God, glory to God, and He was able to transform my life and begin a spiritual journey that I'm still on and will be on until I leave this earth and forever on into eternity, according to the good book, where I will be seated with Christ in heavenly places and, reigning with the one true Lord. So there were things about myself, as I'm saying, that I was unaware of. There were things that I didn't know how to do. And so wherever you are in your life, especially as a male, right, you may not know how to and this is, I'm not laughing but at anyone, it's just the truth. Some people don't know how to bathe themselves. Some people, as don't know how to iron their clothes. And so this is as I was saying in the first video, that as I started to iron my shirts, God was like, start recording. And I've had God ask me to do certain things that I didn't think make sense, because I'm like, this is so trivial. This is so petty. Why am I recording me ironing clothes? But just being confident in my relationship with God and knowing what He's done for me and how He's spoken to me in the past, I knew that He was, telling me there are some people who don't know how to iron their clothes, and who am I to judge? There are some people who don't know how to bathe. There are some people who don't know how to prep light meals or make a sandwich. There are some people who don't know how to do certain things, and as a result, they end up in situations. They end up with people and in relationships to help them or to do these things for them because they don't know how to do it themselves. They end up being in toxic relationships, in toxic environments, just because they're not able to care for themselves in some capacity or another. And so, as I was saying, my issue was not me taking care of myself. I knew how to take care of myself because, glory to God, I grew up with a grandmother and had experiences with my mom, women in my family who took care of themselves. They were, I would say, matriarchs, of my family. And so I was able to see how they were able to do certain things. But now, when it came to certain things, as far as, again, just being disciplined and, certain things that, only I feel like is the reason why God created the family dynamic in the way that He did, especially as men. I know a lot of moms think that they can raise their kids like dads, but it's like, you can try your best, but you will never be able to fill the role of a father. Only God can do that. And if you're not in a relationship with God for Him to give you the strategies or to have Him bring people into your lives, into your kids' life, males into your kids' life who are righteous and whom God has approved to be examples of righteousness and leadership in the lives of your son, then it's not going to work. You're just going to be delusionally thinking that you some way have the power and the authority and the influence to influence your child in ways only a man can and in ways only God designed for a man to do. So my issue was self-discipline. I lacked self-discipline because, I just didn't have any examples of that from a male perspective, and there was really no one to check me, you know what I'm saying, when I would get out of order or when I would do things that, you know, wasn't responsible or wasn't, you know, commendable as a young boy, right, or even a young man. And so you'll find that a lot of men right now, they're in relationships with people who they're only in a relationship with this person because this person provides a basic need. This person provides a basic necessity that had they learned certain skills, had they learned certain things, they would do it themselves. There are people who are shacking up with individuals just because, you know, again, they lack the financial knowledge or the financial literacy to be able to care for themselves and or to be independent, you know, whether that's getting a room or whether that's having the courage to move out on your own and to explore life and to just trust that God will take care of you and provide for you. You know, some people lack that for whatever reasons. And so that can be a domino effect of situations, because if you don't have enough courage to explore the world, let's say, you know, let's say go away to school, or let's say just to move to another location, another state, another city, another town, another neighborhood, another community, you know, if you feel like you need to be latched up or connected to the umbilical cord, right, then, you know, how are you growing? How are you developing? How are you maturing? How are you, you know what I'm saying, stretching yourself? And so God was like, you know what, there are some guys out there who don't know how to iron their shirts and stuff like that, and you want to be a lifestyle influencer, you want to influence people to love self, you want to be an inspiration to people, you want to reveal to people, you know what I'm saying, you know, that they too themselves can become someone that is independent, that is self-sufficient, that is confident in who they are. Then start with the small things. So I said, okay, you know what, let me work with what I have. I know how to iron clothes. I've been ironing clothes since, like I said, I was like 8 years old. And, you know, I used to even iron my cousin's clothes because he was too lazy. Maybe he was too lazy. Maybe he didn't want to do it. I don't know. I was always just this willing kid who was willing to do anything just to please my grandparents and parents. And again, that comes psychologically from just abandonment experiences where you just want to people please and do things to please people, even if they don't love you, even if they're manipulating you, even if they're, you know what I'm saying, don't have your best interest. So all these things I've learned as a result of just my spiritual growth and just becoming more self-aware. And I just wanted to come on here and not only show you how to iron a button-up shirt. If you watch the first part, I also did a long sleeve shirt, but just to also share with you, you know, encouragement, insight, wisdom, and to do what I do as a lifestyle influencer who is developing and flourishing, God willing. So if you want to support my platform, you can do so. I'm going to leave the description and links in the description box that you can support in whichever way you can. And stay connected, because I will continue to push out these videos, continue to create content, and I would love for you to watch this platform flourish and bloom, because